Today we catch up with Denisse Godoy, an LA-based immigration law attorney specializing in deportation defense. She is also a UC Riverside alum. So Denisse, you're in a very politicized field of law where your clients' rights are regularly dismissed. When did the politicization of your field take place?
Hi, Elliot. Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to speak to you this afternoon. I think that I would say since its inception, I think that immigration law has always been a political tool. However, the way that it's been politicized in the past usually had like a family unity approach, keeping families together. So it was a lot more humane. However, once we started seeing the Trump administration come in, I think that we saw the hyper politicization, but in a new way, in a hostile way. And, you know, pretty much the Trump administration weaponized the immigration system for 4 years to really push their anti-immigrant policies through. And that had an array of effects, from the courtrooms to simple officials just processing family-based applications, just from all sectors of the field. It was really this hostility that we saw that was never, ever present.
So in your experience, how was the courtroom affected by the Trump administration's policies?
Well, I think that the courtroom, I think it's where you saw the most starched effects, because you really started seeing a breakdown of the policies from being humane to just being paper pushing to get those deportations in and get those numbers in. And I think immigration judges are probably the ones that felt the pressure and that felt the politicization of it, because they were the ones that were issued and tasked with doing the dirty work. They were the ones that had to implement all of these radical changes where they saw their discretion being taken away as an independent fact finder and decision maker. They were, you know, the Trump administration essentially just chipped away at that by implementing new quotas for them. So there was case completion quotas that were never before seen. And pretty much they had to complete like something of 600 cases a year, which is impossible given the backlog in the immigration system, given their staffings, given the judges' workload. It was really impossible. So judges started having to just kind of push cases through without giving them a real honest chance, giving my clients like a real honest chance to an independent fact finder. And, you know, with all of that comes they lost their due process rights, because we started seeing judges, they were so anxious to complete these quotas because they were directly tied with their performance, that we started seeing massive pre-denials of cases before we were given the opportunity to present them in court, because the judge, you know, just decided they had heard enough. So, you know, and with that, you know, we started seeing the eliminations of a lot of policies and a lot of avenues that would give our clients green card pathways. So I think it was just, it really broke down the system, and it made a mockery of it, and it made a mockery of the legal field.
Can you tell us about DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals?
Sure. So as part of the Trump administration's assault on benefits for migrants, we essentially saw that they wanted to end DACA at all costs. So they stopped just right out accepting new filings. So if you had not had a DACA app issued to you before before that date, you were no longer allowed to submit a request as an initial applicant. And that foreclosed millions of people's ability to benefit from this program. And the Trump administration wanted to end this program, but they didn't figure it out how to do it legally. So that's why the program still stands today. Now that Biden's in, we've seen them start accepting DACAs now for the first time since the Trump administration came in, which is really big because it benefits a large class of people that were hesitant to apply for before. And not only that, we're hearing a lot of talks of an immigration reform. So we're hearing, and as part of this immigration reform, they want to give Dreamers the legal residency. And if you already have DACA, then you can kind of fast track your way to that once it comes through. So it's very important because it puts them, it sets those recipients of DACA on a possible legalization path in the future.
Cool. So can you tell us about the special juvenile visa program?
Yes, this is actually another very interesting program that is available to juveniles and young adults that are under 21 years of age. And pretty much it's people that are here without their parents or without one of their parents. And that the court, a state court, usually family court or probate court, depending on their age, declares that reunification with the other parent or with both parents is not viable due to abuse, abandonment, neglect, or something similar. So this is very important though, because a lot of undergrad students may qualify for this program. And that's another way to actually get your green card. And it's a little known program that has been getting more popular as practitioners try to find different avenues to be able to provide relief for our clients. And it's something that I specialize in, and pretty much that's my bread and butter.
Well, thank you, Denisse, for sharing some of your knowledge and being on the show today. And I hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for your time.